David 未有聲，David 未有聲，未開咪。頭先我瞄晒我。
Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. Hong Kong ABEMA members, industry friends, distinguished guests, and all participants. Welcome to Session 10, Open BIM from Learning to Practice, Class 64. Learning from International Award Winners 2025. My name is David Fung, tonight's moderator, and also the Building Smart International BSI Committee Chairman of ABEMA. Thank you for joining us via this webinar this evening. Before we begin, two quick housekeeping reminders. Number one, there's an attendance form, which is now available in the chat. Please go to the chat and complete the attendance forms as soon as possible. Okay, if you click on the chat, there's a link called attendance form, all right? Please complete that form as soon as possible. The second thing is, for those who would like a CPD cert, the CPD certificate registration will open at 6:15. Please register on time to ensure your request can be processed. The link is also in the chat right now. All right, for those just joining in, please fill in the attendance form in the chat. It really feels like a long time no see. And at the same time, Open BIM in Hong Kong has moved forward remarkably over these few years. We are seeing strong development across the industry. More projects are adopting open standards. More teams are collaborating across disciplines with better data continuity. And we are progressing from learning and awareness to real implementation. Now tonight is a special night. We are having a meaningful presentation tonight on Open BIM award-winning projects. They will share practical insight on how Open BIM supports sustainability, multidisciplinary coordination, and long-term value from design through construction and ultimately into operation. I'm confident that you will find tonight's highly relevant and immediately applicable to you. Before we move into the technical sharing, may I invite our founding president and former president, architect Ada Fung, to deliver the welcome address and introduce ABEMA to all participants. Ada, please.
Hey, thank you, David. I'll share my screen first. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Right. Thank you, David. And good evening, Professor Jack Chang, Mr. Dennis Gao, Dr. Engineer Edward Chan, Mr. Tommy Wong, and our audience online. On behalf of Hong Kong ABEMA and the Hong Kong China chapter of Building Smart International, may I extend a very warm welcome to all of you to join our virtual classroom. This is Class 64 in Season 11, Open BIM from Learning to Practice. And this evening, we have the honor of inviting Jack to tell us something about Hong Kong Open BIM OpenGIS Awards 2026 and three speakers to talk about the Learning from International Award Winners 2025. And being the award winner in the category of sustainability, Dennis is going to share with us Lee Garden 8, a landmark of sustainability and digital collaboration with Open BIM. And being the award winner in the category of operations, Edward and Tommy will share with us the Henderson Open BIM for Building Life Cycle. We hope you will be inspired by all these speakers and take the initiative to drive Open BIM adoption beyond merely awareness and learning. Needless to say, training and education is one of our core businesses in Hong Kong ABEMA, and we are now 6 years old. I'm going to tell you a story about our Trailblazers story through 6 years hard work through membership and training. And the Alliance is founded by 3 associations back in August 2019, namely HKI BIM, HKIC BIM, and HKGISA. Their members are specialists in information management for built asset and environment industries in Hong Kong. Our board of directors comprises 7 members nominated by all these 3 founding members. And we joined Building Smart. We were admitted as a chapter back in October 2019 when we were in Beijing. There's the saying, if you want to walk fast, you walk alone. And if you want to walk far, let's walk together. So when we drive OpenBIM and GIS, we must align our work with international standards. OpenBIM and OpenGIS are indispensable. So our vision is that we enable full benefits from digital ways of working in the built assets industry, and we foster societal collaboration for smart information management across the built asset and the environment. And Building Smart is the worldwide industry body driving digital transformation of the built asset industry, delivering improvements by the creation and adoption of open international standards and solutions for infrastructure and the buildings. And the vision is to have a seamless exchange of trusted information across the built environment. And the mission is to create and maintain open and reliable digital standards for the built environment and promote their global adoption. And the purpose is to bring together the global community to develop and implement open digital standards and services that enhance automation and decision-making across the built environment lifecycle, improving productivity, sustainability, and profitability for all. So we adopt OpenBIM as we want to be successful in BIM implementation for collaboration with reliable data exchanges, and sustainability is safeguarded by long-term interoperable data standards. And at its core, OpenBIM is a collaborative process that is vendor neutral. This is very important, especially when there are so many geopolitical situations that may change. And while BIM's digital representation of built assets, GIS is a framework for gathering, managing, and analyzing data. So the use of BIM for assets and GIS for spatial data supports applications across virtually all sectors of human activities. So this is important for a smart city. So let me take you through a quick tour of how we work together over the last 6 years. First, we need people to drive OpenBIM. So we grow a membership steadily. We have around 70 members, all are organizations, and in total we have more than 60,000 people. And these slides show the logos at a glance. And next, we need to equip people with the necessary skills to develop and adopt OpenBIM. Therefore, training is very important. We have 6 types of training activities as shown on this slide. First is virtual classroom, like tonight's event. Second is BSI Professional Certification Foundation Program. Third, BIM and GIS training program. And fourth, special events in hybrid mode. And the fifth, Hong Kong OpenBIM OpenGIS Awards. And the sixth is Building Smart International Summits and Building Smart International Awards. So we grow these day by day and year by year. So we are now in our virtual classroom. Classes are held since April 2020, and we're now in season 11, not 10. It's OpenBIM from learning to practice. Season 10 is OpenBIM, IFC, and beyond. So now we're focusing more on practice. So the second type of training is professional certification, where Building Smart International certification is the global standard for OpenBIM training. That's why we adopted. And we have now got 2 certified training providers in Hong Kong, namely SBI and also BLE Shenzhen. And there are 5 learning outcomes and their examination after the training with multiple choice questions. So if you pass the exam, you'll be a qualified individuals. So now we have more than 600 qualified individuals under the Hong Kong China chapter. And this is a lifelong and globally recognized certification. I've taken the training, and you can find my name on the list. So may I invite all of you joining us to take OpenBIM certificate course, and your name will be added to our list. act now, you haven't done so. And the third type is BIM and GIS integration training program. This we organize only once a year because the trainers are very busy professors and they only spend the time during the summer holidays. And the fourth type is the training of special events in hybrid mode, such as annual events like this one, which is the 5th anniversary event that we held about a year ago. And the theme is Open BIM, the right way ahead. So our fifth type of training is also very important. This is the Hong Kong Open BIM OpenGIS Awards that we launched since 2022. Now, so after being aware of Open BIM, have taken the training, next is to see how well we compare with each other. That's why we organize this awards every year since 2022. The finalists will be shortlisted and their presentations will be held in early May. Entries are judged on how effective or how innovative they have used Open BIM, OpenGIS to overcome interoperability challenges. And well, with this award, these will help to prepare our Hong Kong teams to get ready for the Building Smart International Awards that were held every year in the past. And last year for this Hong Kong Awards, we have 15 awardees, including 3 grand awards. The sixth type is also very important. This, we bring our team to meet the international experts. We have the Building Smart International Summits and Building Smart International Awards with Open BIM. So Building Smart International Summits takes place twice a year, moving around the world and bringing it with it international community of Open BIM experts and advocates. And there are many reasons to attend this renowned event. Just to name a few, to learn about the latest in open digital workflows and shape the future of digital interoperability, and educate ourselves in Open BIM and connect with leaders and experts from across the built environment and share challenges and solutions with the global community and promote organization. Now, what's different from any other conference is that Building Smart Summits share not only success stories, also challenges, problems, and solutions together. So, and also, Building Smart Summits are eye-openers. The first time when I attended the summit in Tokyo back in October 2018, a speaker said, "We do not use the term Open BIM in the Netherlands. From the very beginning, the BIM we learn is Open BIM." Well, we don't have that luxury in Hong Kong, unfortunately. So this is really eye-opener. The second one, back in September 2023 in Lillestrøm, one speaker said, "I don't like drawings. I just use BIM in Oslo." And in fact, she said, "I hate drawings." So you can see how advanced they are. And the fourth one, and the third one, back in March 2024, a speaker said, "Do away with BIM managers and do away with BIM coordinators." That's in Valencia. The reason why he said this is because in the industry, everyone should know BIM. It's not just the BIM managers and the BIM coordinators. But in Hong Kong, we are still driving registration for BIM managers and BIM coordinators. So you can see around the world, there are many advanced applications of BIM. And in March 2023, we made a bold proposal when we lead a big delegation to the Rome summit after a hibernation during the COVID times. And we successfully convinced the leaders that we can organize a summit in Hong Kong. Though we cannot organize the major summits, the Asia Regional Summit of BSI has been held in Hong Kong in June 2024. So in June bring to fruition in 2024, Building Smart's International's inaugural Asia Summit was successfully hosted by our chapter, with China chapter and Building Smart International as our collaborators. The theme is accelerating Open BIM adoption for smart cities and sustainability. We composed the first ever Open BIM song in the world as well. And the 2-day Asia Summit was well loved by all participants. We have got more than 300 participants from more than 20 economies, with more than 50 speakers coming from 15 economies. Some were first-time visitors coming to Hong Kong, and they love Hong Kong. And we have been organizing, and then we have been organizing our awards, and we take the liberty to use the gala dinner to present awards to the awardees. And that makes our delegates, both the local ones and national ones, very happy about it. And we aroused more interest in OpenBIM in the local community after this summit. So after hosting the summit in June 2024, next we have a strong delegation with around 20 delegates attending Building Smart International Summit held in Marrakesh in October 2024. And the leaders of Building Smart's regulatory domain, Nick Nisbet and Franco Coin, invited me to share experience with the international friends after they presented the marvelous work of the steering committee. So Hong Kong is a late starter of OpenBIM. So I presented our humble story entitled Climbing the Learning Curve, OpenBIM Adoption in Regulatory Regime in Hong Kong. So Building Smart Hong Kong China chapter serves as a catalyst, bring OpenBIM to the Hong Kong community, including government officials. And we have to go the extra mile. So what have we done? With the Building Smart International Awards, we can see the Trailblazers' success over the years. Now, after we become a chapter in 2019, in 2021, we have seen University of Hong Kong being the award winner for the professional research category. Now, this team has a story to tell because back in 2019, when I was attending a sustainability conference in Suzhou and met these researchers, and I told them that I'm going to Beijing to attend the Building Smart International Summit. And Frank, in fact, said, IFC doesn't work. I've been using it, but it doesn't work. So I told them, you think it doesn't work, please come and go to the summit and see it by yourself. And then the team quickly registration, get it done, and then buy train tickets and reserve hotels, buy thick clothing, go to Beijing, and they came with me to Beijing. After the summit, they come back to Hong Kong, and then in 2021, they were the award winner for the research category. Now, in 2022, another year, we have got 2 awardees. This time, we have the Henderson getting the Construction for Buildings Award, and also HKUST getting the Professional Research Award, as special mention for handover. And then 2023, wow, this is marvelous. We have got 5 out of 22 finalists from Hong Kong. To be frank, it's difficult to make a submission because you have to use OpenBIM and use it wisely and effectively. Second, if you pass the triage and get to the judges for judging panel, you are also marvelous. With shortlisting by the judges, which it means that you must be one of the top 3 of your category in the world. So being a finalist is already an awardee, I would say. So 2023, we have 5 finalists, and this makes us very happy. And there are 2 special mentions, and we have 2 government departments also joining. Then we have water supply departments, and then we have also the EZC Consulting Company and CCCC with EPD for the IPARC, and also HKUST for research and technology with WINGS. And in 2024, it is a golden harvest. The Trailblazers really get it done. We have 5 finalists of 22 in the world, selected from over 160 participants, and we have 3 award winners of 9 in the world. And this is really marvelous. So, come 2025, and we have 4 finalists of 22 in the world, including 2 award winners of 9 in the world. So this evening, now these are the finalists with the Henderson OpenBIM Building Life Cycle in the operations category, Lee Gardner 8 Landmark Sustainability and Digital Collaborative OpenBIM Sustainability category, And then we have two other shortlisting ones like Kitech Sports Park, construction for buildings with successful essence in building world-class sports facilities interoperability, and then also the operation side with leveraging OpenBIM, and that's by water supplies department as well. So next, I would like to invite you to join us to go to Building Smart National Summits program. So enjoy special discount for Hong Kong if you get 10 or more delegates. The next one will be held in March 24 to March 26 in Porto, Portugal. And there are 10 sector-facing domains comprising airports, building, construction, infrastructure, electrical, product, railway, regulatory, technical, and maritime, followed by a few more to come, which is healthcare, water management, energy, and power. So here, with the core OpenBIM workflow from the use case management to define your business needs, and then define project information requirements with BSDD and also IDS, and then to create a data set by using IFC, and then validate, and then review, communicate, and collaborate with BCF, and then that is to share using OpenCDE. And for certification for the training part, we have the foundation program already in practice, and next we're going to launch the practitioner level. So stay tuned. And in a Building Smart context, what do we expect? Now, we aim to achieve more sustainable, less expensive buildings infrastructure through optimized decision-making and automation efficiencies, enabled by data interoperability and accessibility via open digital standards and services. So you may ask, what can I do? Now, if your government mandate open standards, if your asset owners require open standards in contracts, and if you are AEC, FM firms, you demand open data strategies from clients and train your workforce or train your client as well and use OpenBIM. And for manufacturers, please use it, and that will make it work. Use OpenBIM in terminology and formats in the product data templates. And if you're a software vendor, you have to adopt OpenBIM development and certify your products. And for all of us, please join Building Smart and join our chapter, join the members and your organization join our chapters, and sponsor OpenBIM developments and enjoy the business benefits. And also join our classroom. So coming back to season 11, OpenBIM from learning to practice, let's explore how to accelerate OpenBIM adoption in the built asset industry. And remember, sustainability is safeguarded by long-term interoperable data standards, and open data are durable assets that are appropriate for long-term stewardship. And this is very important if you have to make submissions to buildings departments, which will become mandatory very soon. So coming back to this class, so we have lined up our speakers, and we have Jack, followed by Dennis, and then followed by Edward and Tommy. I hope you enjoy our program this evening. Thank you. So may I pass the mic to Jack to continue.
Jack 未開咪。
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Ada. Okay, so in the following, I would like to talk more about the Hong Kong OpenBIM OpenGIS Awards 2026. As Ada have mentioned, the Hong Kong China chapter actually have great achievement over the past years, and we would like to extend this kind of the achievement and then promote more OpenBIM, OpenGIS applications in the industry through the awards. So I would like to very quickly talk about the details about the awards. The award actually has been organized 4 times already, and this time is the 5th time. And we would like to honor the best practices in demonstration and innovations of OpenBeam and OpenGIS in project delivery, lifecycle access management, and also the research. And that's why we have 3 main categories. One will be about the project category, and then technology solution category, and also research category. And among the category, we also have some subcategories, including the design, construction, handover, and FMAM for the project category, and professional research and student research for the research category. But in terms of the actual the subcategories, then it really depends on the number of submissions for each. This is a list of the supporting organization for the awards last year, and we can see that we have the awards has been widely supported by the industry, the government, and also academia as well. So this year we will call for supporting organizations as well, and I actually need the support. Talking more about how to prepare for the awards, for the judging criteria, we evaluate how effective and how innovative each submission will be. And in terms of the support for the interoperability using the OpenBeam, OpenGIS, and this kind of criteria align with the global one, the Building Smart International Award. So if you apply for the Hong Kong one, then later you can more easily prepare for the international one. We have 3 categories, as I mentioned, and the judging criteria actually are a little bit different. And I'll briefly talk about each of them. For the project categories, then the judging criteria mainly have 3. We would like to look at what are the OpenBeam, OpenGIS claim, and the evidence, and also the significance and achievement. In particular, I don't go through all the details, but we will look at what will be the adoption of the open standard, the benefits, innovation, and also the software ecosystem map, process map, and also some of the quantifiable key performance indicators. As I mentioned, we have 3 or 4 subcategories according to the submissions: design, construction, handover, and also FMAM. For the technology solution, we also have 3 main criteria, but we mainly focus on the technology solution. So we have the evidence, technology solution, and also the significance and achievement. And you can also see the details here. They are a little bit similar, and they are also talking about the software ecosystem, process map, but in particular, we would like to know more about the example users and what will be the future application for this category. And then for the research category, we have professional research and student research, and we will also need to provide the information about the evidence, the significance, and achievement. But for research category submissions, we particularly want to know more about the research method and also the validation. So we will look at how the OpenBeam, OpenGIS actually can be suitable for the problem statement, and also whether the findings, whether the methodology has been validated in the real practice. This one, I just want to provide some key dates. The registration date actually is, the registration deadline is March 6, and you still have a few weeks to prepare for that. And then we also have the full submission deadline. So please note that if you want to submit an application, please register first. And the registration is simple. We just need to provide the title and also the team and contact information. And then we will assess whether it's really a valid one or not. And then we will send you the link about the submission for the full package. So the actual preparation deadline will be March 20th. But before that, we want to have the registration first. And then we will go through the judging process. We actually will process very quickly within 2-3 weeks, and then we will announce the shortlisted submissions by April 10th. And then the final presentation and also the award ceremony will be conducted in one full day. We'll have the presentation in the morning and early afternoon, and then we will have the award ceremony in the late afternoon. So tentatively, it will be on May 5th. So that after you have prepared for this one, then we'll still have some time to prepare for the international one, which will have the deadline around May, something like that. So, and then for more information, then feel free to email me with this email, and I look forward to your submission. Thank you. So in the following, then I will pass the time to Dennis.
Yep.
Hello. Okay, so I'll pass the time to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Hong Kong BEMA, to give us this opportunity to share our experience in legal aid and the project. So I will start with a little bit of background of the overall development. Our client, Heisan, and Heisan is a major developer in Hong Kong, and they already have more than 100 years in the local community. So from the very beginning, they already heavily focused on the sustainability development, and also to create inclusive and benefit to community properties to the society. To understand the scale of the project, let's look at the project itself. Ligana A is a massive and complicated project. It comprises 3 office towers and 5 basement floors with over 1 million GFA, 1 million square feet of GFA. It has many site constraints causing us to adopt an inconvenient top-down construction method, which is more complicated than the normal one. Hence, executing such a large and complicated project in a congested location within a very tight time frame leaves little room for error. We cannot afford inefficient logistic, resources waste, or community disturbances, leading us to realize that traditional construction methods are inadequate to meet these challenges. We have assembled a world-class team to realize our vision, including Fosun partners, Ronald Lu of Arrow, WSP Arcadis, etc., with Hiping as the main contractor and Intel as the MEP subcontractor. In our industry, consultants and contractors often work with different software and workflows, creating silos where information can be lost or misinterpreted. We have dismantled these silos by insisting on open standards, establishing a unified language for seamless collaboration among the team members. This approach ensures transparency and efficiency across all parties and allow us to retain ownership of comprehensive and well-coordinated BIM model. So I will also introduce a little bit of the project design. As you can see from the photo, shows the very center location of this project in the Causeway Bay community. And one of the major site condition for us is the banyan tree that's shown in this photo, which is more than 100 years old. An old and valuable tree. We have obligation to preserve and protect this tree over the entire development process. So in the very beginning, our architect already considered this entry into the overall design of the property. As you can see, the concept is not to create an isolated island of property in the community, but to create an open space, inclusive environment to benefit the overall populations in this area. And following some renderings showing the final outcome of the design, as you can see, this will be a very vibrant community in the future, and there will be bars and restaurants and lots of open space for people to gathering around to have some chat. So maybe in the future, you and I can spend some time in this project, and we welcome you guys to visit this project in the after the completion. So back to the hardcore beam part. So I will start with our roadmap. Our beam implementation follows the CIC Hong Kong standards and complies with ISO 9650 governance. We established the open beam approach as the foundation for information management across the entire project lifecycle. In the following slide, I will walk you through specific use cases to demonstrate how we applied open beam to solve our most critical project challenges. As shown in the image, our project is located in one of Hong Kong's most sensitive urban communities. We're surrounded by schools, active offices, a hospital, and heavy traffic networks. Our target was clear but not easy. We had to meet aggressive project goals while minimizing our impact on this vibrant community. We could not afford to be a bad neighbor. The schedule is equally demanding. In just 26 months, we must deliver this complex project using a top-down construction method, involving massive volumes of concrete, steel, and prefabrication modules. The scale of prefabrication is very large. Over 80% of the building services were designed to use MIMEP method. This resulted in more than 7,400 modules that needed to be manufactured, transported, and installed. To manage this complexity, the open beam approach was essential to keep the client, designers, and contractors synchronized around a single source of truth. Let me elaborate on this using our MIMEP journey as a case study. As mentioned, more than 80% of the building services are designed to use the MIMEP method. This represents the highest percentage of MIMEP application for a private development in Hong Kong. The extent of these modules is comprehensive. They are distributed across every single level of the building. We have categorized them into 6 major types. Each includes a significant volume of modules. ATEL is the EMN, NSC, and MIMEP specialist contractor for this project. Managing this volume of implementation requires precise collaboration among contractors, designers, and project managers. Our MIMEP journey began with intensive design coordination. We used Open Beam platform to bring the consultants and the contractors onto the same page. The key here was standardization. By defining a library of typical repeatable modules, we made the manufacturing process efficient and the installation sequence flexible. We also ensured the layout was optimized for future maintenance access. Technically, we utilized class detection tools and software for rule-based code checking to identify design issues while using BeamTrack to manage the resolution process. As the main contractor, we lead this workflow. We collected individual trade models from the NSCs and combined them with the builder's model for tracking. Together with our engineers, we conducted the initial screening to find the most efficient way to resolve these issues. On the screen, you can see two comparisons showing the result of this coordination, transforming a complex web of sources into a rational, clash-free arrangement. The result of this digital collaboration is a seamless transition from the design model to the fabrication model. What you can see here is the direct one-to-one relationship between the BIM model and the physical module being assembled in the factory. This process eliminates ambiguity and ensures precision. The MIMP NSC agent also applied RFID tracking system, helped the project team monitoring the fabrication, delivery, and installation status. This end-to-end traceability is a powerful example of how BIM, DFMA, and IoT-enabled logistics can work together. With thousands of modules to handle, logistics became one of our biggest challenges. We used OpenGIS data to analyze delivery routes and plan our logistics early on. However, getting the modules to the site was only half of the battle. Due to the size and weight, vertical delivery required tower cranes, which were already busy with steel erection. To manage this, we conducted detailed lifting simulations and scheduled dedicated crane slots to ensure just-in-time delivery. Once the modules landed on the designated floor, automation took over. HL utilized carrying robots to transport the modules to their installation spots and then use remote-controlled lifting platforms to elevate them to target heights for final installation. This combination of simulation and robotics ensures smooth, safe, and efficient installation process. Please take a look at these photos. As you can see, the construction site is quite clean and organized. This is the direct result of MIMP. It not only improved the quality of the EMA installation, but also significantly reduced construction waste by 70% and lowered the installation manpower by 30%. If you look at the comparison between the SBO laser scan and our coordinated BIM model, you will find the final installation matches exactly what we planned in the early stage. We simply could not have achieved this level of early stage coordination without OpenBIM. So why? Because OpenBIM allowed us to break down software barriers. It enabled us to merge the structural steel models with the complex MEP system into a single accurate environment. This interoperability gave us the confidence to manufacture thousands of modules off-site, knowing they will fit on-site conditions when they arrive. So how can we carry this design and fabrication certainty into operations? To echo Professor Ada's sharing previously, I will use the asset information model workflow as a case to illustrate how OpenBIM workflow can be applied in project. We shall start with the client's asset information requirement, especially need to coordinate with facility managers to define the required parameters in the BIM model. Client-specific BSDD can be created as the dictionary for the parameters, which can be reused across the rest of the portfolio. In parallel, we prepare IDS file for data compliance checking. Then we develop various verified SBO BIM model and conduct data validations using OpenBIM tools. We set up validation process at each gate and create BCF issues for any non-compliant cases. This is simply an OpenBIM version of Pan-Do-Check cycle. It helps us to prepare a consistent and vendor-neutral base for digital twin integration. Our challenge also extends beyond our boundary. We share interfaces and structural dependencies with an adjacent government project. The harmony of the structural design determines community-wide stability.
那个是动八
There are critical needs for design coordination of excavation program, temporary structure, and underground utilities. Since the nature of the neighboring project is a law enforcement facility which possesses high security concern of internal design information. Plus the concern of software versioning issue, we came to an agreement to use interfaces-only approach that exchange IFC4 reference view models for coordination and analysis. We used the VCF for issue synchronization and conducted a comprehensive joint phasing analysis. This reduced disruption along shared boundaries, safeguarded the old and valuable tree located in between two sites, and meet the targets of both sides without sacrifices, which is an uncommon cross-project use of OpenBeam in a building project. We also utilized OpenGIS data to make data-driven decisions about logistic optimization. This resulted in creating traffic diversions within our project to ease the burden on the community and avoid conflicts with the neighboring project. Furthermore, we had to manage the interface with existing buildings, including a new footbridge connection. We combined existing condition models with our design models to conduct early sequence planning. This allowed us to optimize the sequence for overnight lifting installation, minimizing the impact on local traffic. Of course, safety is our highest priority. To ensure it, we use the 4D simulation to virtually rehearse complex construction activities before actual implementation. This allowed us to visualize the exact sequence, map out access routes, and pinpoint potential safety risks. By doing this, we could improve our method statements, spot crashes with temporary works, and most importantly, communicate clear visual safety measures to our frontline workers. To increase coordination efficiency for site construction, we went beyond rule-based checking and utilized virtual programming to automate repetitive tasks. For example, we automate labor-intensive process in joint production, such as view generation and tagging. This accelerated our mass drawing production by 300%. We also adopted the Beam Cave for this project. By integrating actual site conditions with our design model, we created a virtual mock-up. This immersive experience made design reviews much more intuitive, driving faster and more confident decision-making. We even extended open formats into innovative product design and development. For example, we deployed a remote control tower crane system, the first of its kind to practically operate on a construction site in Hong Kong. In fact, it has been continuously working on site for more than a year now. We not only used open formats in the product design itself, but we also use the Beam model to create a training simulation program. Currently, we are also exploring model-based tower cranes and autopilots. Furthermore, open Beam formats allowed us to integrate the project model into our proprietary product, the centralized management platform. By combining the model with data from IoT sensors, smart safety equipment, and our digital works supervision system, to enable transparent real-time project management. Beyond the digital model, our commitment to innovation extends to our frontline management. We implemented Hiping Connect, our proprietary mobile app system. It acts as a safety performance management tool, where worker behavior is recorded. We use this to drive a positive safety culture. Good behavior is rewarded, while unsafe behavior is penalized accordingly. In parallel, we deployed a comprehensive smart site safety system, including AI cameras, mobile palm monitoring systems, and smart locks. We have already acquired the 4S label HCID. Finally, we are actively adopting construction robotics on site, as shown in the photos and videos. These robots are actually deployed in our project. We believe these robotic technologies can help us increase the productivity and, most importantly, keep our people safe. To quickly wrap up the technical execution, with the help of Unity tools, we were able to resolve thousands of crashes rapidly, keeping the project on track and reducing abortive works. Without the OpenBeam approach, we simply could not have secured this ambitious program or ensure the precise manufacturing of such a massive volume of communication elements, especially in MicroDB. Furthermore, OpenBeam formats helped us secure data integrity across thousands of file exchanges, ensuring data longevity for the future operation stage of the party. So that's all of my sharing. Thank you. I will now pass the floor to Tommy, to Edward. Thank you.
我就問你啊，你估下佢原價幾多錢？唔係，應該咁講，我買幾多錢而家？咁又冇咁平，黐線！唔係呢啲新嘅係即係以前細個喺度機，而家就做 upgrade 版咁樣咯。你估下幾錢？唔知佢。
Hello, Edward. Your turn now. Thank you.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Let me try
好
the.
中意玩呢啲機細個，我細個好中意玩呢啲㗎。係。
Are you seeing the presentation mode?
對接嘅，但係我細個都唔係玩好多嘅，但係都有玩下，即係都。
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me?
你估下幾多錢先？
Can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So you can see the full screen.
唔止。原價400。
Hello. Can you see the full screen?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Maybe let us start now. Good evening. I'm Edward Chen from Henderson Land, and we also have Tommy and Billy from Hip-Hing Constructions. Actually, I come from the developer and the owner of the recently completed building, the Henderson. I'm in charge for the technology and innovation from the planning, design, construction, and handover stages to the current operation stage. Our partner here, Hip-Hing, has been taking care of the superstructure and also the basement work. And also they got a top-tier BIM specialist team in Hong Kong and supporting our entire project. The Henderson is located at the heart of CBD. In the Central District, there are a number of architectural masterpieces around the Henderson. The usage are mainly in office together with banquet hall, F&B, and 5-story basement car parks in our building. The majority of spatial features is its long span structure, allowing a higher flexibility in the actual usage. So you can see in the diagram, the span is talking about 47 meter by 26 meter, and 44 height is 5 meter. So apart from office, there are wider usage such as the lower 4 floors. We have the tenant is the auction house. They have exhibitions and auction activities in the same floor space. The Henderson completed in the first quarter of last year. Tenant has already moved in, and the Henderson is now the new icon of Hong Kong. So you can see some of those videos, such as we partner with the World Green Council and also framed with BBC Works and National Geographic for some specific topics. And our anchor tenants, Christie's, also telling how our ESG partnership program aligning with their long-term operations. The
The Henderson has already accredited by 10 different accreditations from the green building, health and well-being, smart building, and sustainable transport and lifestyle aspects. The purpose is to set out a future-proof framework to facilitate long-term sustainable operations. And a more important milestone is the Henderson, just mentioned by Ada. We achieved the winner award in 2022 for the Building Smart International Award in construction category. And also last year, we also received the winner award in the operation category. The achievements set out the foundations for the open BIM applications throughout the project. I mean, from the project design stage to the operation stage. And also Open BIM makes us more capable to engage the project stakeholders collectively to build up the cost center BIM and access database for building operation and handover. Of course, we come across some challenges when we have our design concept in place. So, for example, to create a new icon for Hong Kong and for the general public, of course, we come across the first challenge is we have a dream is to build the city flower of Hong Kong. That is the bud of a Bohemia. The problem is that buildable by means of the technology at that moment. Finally, we understand that digitization throughout the project cycle is an essential. So we have digitization comes in place, and also Open BIM comes in place. And other challenge is because we come across many other project experience before, no matter it's a residential or commercial building. We keep improving from time to time. So in this project, we set out 5 operational objectives. They are smart, green, resilient, hospitality, and health. And the ultimate goal is to cooperate with people-centric, science-based office, and also embrace innovations for a sustainable future. Of course, we also extend our partnership apart from our internal stakeholders and also our building operator, and also our tenant and our tenant individual staff. So in our ESG awarding program, we have been collecting Open BIM spatial model in the digital app. And this diagram is illustrating the smart building integration map and how the integrated system powered by the Open BIM. And Open BIM enable digital platform for better service and analytic platforms, analytic opportunity for the building operator, property manager, facility manager, customer service, and our senior management. That means that no matter it's our frontline or operation staff, or our senior management staff, they can get into the digital twin by the web-based platform. And of course, we are talking about, up to this moment, we are talking about 100 million dynamic data flow in the digital twin in a year. The Open BIM applications began from the CDE, that is the left-hand side of this diagram. And then go into the asset and stock management, maintenance management, space management, and also further connected with our integrated tenant experience analytic platform we call ITEAP, and also the smart tenant apps. That is a main focus for our tenants. The operational data such as building energy consumption and ESG precipitations are going into the AI-enabled energy analytic program and also ESG analytic platforms for our tenants. The BIM is also integrated with the facility management portal I just mentioned before in the handover stage. The access information and the corresponding BIM model can be used on the web platform and the mobile platform, and also be used for our maintenance on site and also for the preventive maintenance application. The purpose of the digital twin is to realize data-driven building operational management and spatially enabled by the Open BIM. The digital twin is now connecting with 45 smart systems via different communication protocols. Something is relating to API and something relating to the graphic or imaging communication. And going to the office interior, for example, the office interior environmental controls such as solar blind, motorized openable window on all typical office floor, and also room temperature are all connecting with the digital twin and the smart office app. That is this is the smart office app for our tenants. And each of the device are mapping with the static access data in the BIM model. And also, it's a dynamic data points actually come from the building system. Some are collecting from the IoT system, or some are connecting with the traditional BMS system. And so all those dynamic points and also static access data is going into the digital twin. And the overall system is to ensure the seamless control and monitoring of our indoor environment by our individual users or individual tenants. The tenants I just mentioned before, we also provide data, ESG analytic and the data to our tenants. So we're making use of the digital twin and collect all the data and then convert to the ESG data dashboard. So you can see the energy analytic, water consumption analytic, and also waste audit, and also carbon analytics. I mean for the tenant area and also the building operation. I mean the landlord area. We got all the data get packed together and then transferred to our tenants. And that is what is that? That is a part of our ESG partnership program. I keep mentioning about this program before for a few times. What are inside? Actually, it consists of 4 major areas. One is carbon neutrality. So that's why I just mentioned energy, water, waste, and also carbon. We also have another important aspect is health and well-being, connecting with our IAQ sensors and also outdoor weather stations. And because we are expecting to have more and more tenants from international companies. So one of our key areas is integrated culture. And the final one is we are expecting the program is to run together with our tenant and individual staff. So there are some indicators are relating to the partnership for good. The coming slide will be presented by our Tommy. He's going to talk about the technical details of the OpenBIM applications. Maybe Tommy, I let you share the screen. Let me see how to. Tommy, it's your turn.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, I'm sharing the screen right now. Okay, can you see the screen here? Okay, is it okay?
We can see it, but you can change to presentation mode, I think.
Oh, a moment, please.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Okay. So, thank you, Edward. So, here, let me share about more about the construction stage. And actually, we would like to take this opportunity to thank Edward and then also our leading architects and so on to lead us to the long marathon of the whole project lifecycle. Starting from the design stage, we actually taking the blessing of the OpenBIM, OpenGIS, like the information delivery manual, the model view definition, and then specifying from the project specification that we need to comprehensively use the IFC and the BIM collaboration format, BCF. So with such comprehensive requirement and our expertise in cultivating in cultivating in the information pool, we try to build the asset bit by bit up to the operation stage. So let us share more about our routine use of OpenBeam. Firstly, in our daily collaboration, we are making use of different types of software depending on the expertise of the software. And then we use the OpenBeam technique like IFC and BCF to store all the collaboration legacies and issues, such as we use BeamTrack for tracing all the issues to enhance the traceability. And then in our process specification, it specifies about we should have the Beam meeting once per week. And then when we are actually using the Beam and OpenBeam for collaboration, we actually use them for collaboration day by day in every meeting. So I think it is a very good example here that with the blessing of the clients and our efforts, and also the effort from the subcontractors, we build a very good environment in Beam collaboration. And then after that, we extract our assets into the drawing generation through Beam, and then put all the legacies into the CDE. So now I'll share two major use cases in construction stage, and then we'll wrap up the whole case in one scenario in our following slides. The first cases is the substructure. What happens here is that our building, the Henderson, is actually in proximity with 6 major MTR tunnel nearby. So that it makes the whole substructure construction very, very tight and very, very complicated. And we actually need to build a 5-story of substructure, which may, giving even a little careless planning will cause to a very severe consequences. So that in our construction stage, in original plan, there is some ELS system, the original ELS system nearby, and then after our consideration of the loading, we actually use the preload strategy to replace the original system. And then what we have done is that we use the surveying to survey the MPR tunnel with the proximity of our construction, and then we do it we do the simulation in Beam, and then we do all the optioneerings through OpenBeam, using the preload struct through Tekla, and then the Revit for the building construction. And then after a lot of analysis and simulation, we come to the final settlement of the design to minimize the effects to the whole construction planning and so on. And actually in here, the real construction and the virtual simulation is just acting like a tango. We do all the things like virtual and then to practical and to virtual and to practical to make sure that all the planning stick with the real construction. After that, let us share another use case like superstructure. Here, we have a lot of different subcontractors in here. There are 2 main subcontractors. Like in the facade side, the subcontractors for the facade is from the foreigners and from the mainland, and then the subcontractor of the steel structure is from another subcontractor in mainland. And in the construction, under the specification, the facade installation is by the facade subcontractor, and for the embed, the installation is actually also from the facade subcontractor, but we find that actually the facade embed should be installed, can be installed early when the steel structure is already in fabrication. So we gather the two parties together to let the facade subcontractor give all the embed details to the steel structure subcontractor in open beam format, so that they can do all the fabrications in the steel structure fabrication yard before it transport to the site. So it actually has saved over 50% time, I mean in routine, for facade panel installations. After that, here I'll show you the whole package of how OpenBeam benefits the whole constructions, I mean in the whole project life cycle, starting from the design stage. We use the generative design approach. Actually, this should take the blessing from Zaha Hadid, the designer of this whole building, and also Ronald Liu. We use the generative design and for the best option of design, and then we use the optioneering to optimize the design into the rationalized and the most cost efficiency way to save the inconsistency of panel design and to keep the aesthetics. And after that, we have come across a lot of construction design, construction collaboration, and so on. And then after that, when we go to the post-construction stage, we use the field verification to capture the installation and the post-loading of the steel to make sure that the ceiling height can be contained even when the construction has a little bit deviation. So we do all the field verification in every floor. And then when it comes to the handover and operation approach, we make use of ISO 19650-3 and 19650.4, which is about operation and about the COBE. Here, in our routine approach, as a main contractor, we first lay out all the handover process from doing a new BIM model, new design, to how the data can be converted into the standardized brand news in OpenBeam format, and then how the client side and the tenant side can extract the data into their system. So after we have laid out all the processes, our clients define the roles and responsibility for the party when it comes to the post-operation stage, like A&A works and so on. And with such practice, we successfully standardized and digitalized over 70,000 of static asset information. And then inside of them, over 15,000 of them are dynamic. It means that the data can be live data, maybe such as the airflow, the temperature, and so on. And the data can transfer between different kind of systems through asset data. So this is the asset data code that we have agreed from construction stage to handover stage. In our standardized coding system, we cover the standardized coding method for assets in the following systems, including the equipment itself, from the BIM model to the digital twin and to the FM portal, which is used by the client facility management side, and then to the tenant experience analytic platform, which is highly valuable in the operation stage by the tenants, and then also from the building management system, BMS. And then this is the result. Our facade construction opens our facade construction commence in open beam format from design stage to rationalize all the facade. And then when it comes to procurement and future procurement in operation stage, all the legacies, all the asset data has already been well kept into CDE and into the digital twin to ensure the future assembly time. And then all the information are already stored in each facade panel. Actually, there is an RFID chip embedded in the facade, and then the facade panel has stored its asset code as like identity card in the operation stage. When we get the operation asset code, we can get all the information like the maintenance period, like the assembly period, and so on. Also, in our interior design, construction and collaboration, from delivery, we already make use of some AR tools and with the BIM all together, and to allow pre-planning when the construction of steel structure and concrete structure completed. We gather all the subcontractors like the E&M subcontractors and the facade and the interior fit-out subcontractors together to determine their order of installation. And we actually also make use of this AR tool and OpenBeam to show our handover to our client, to our tenant, so that the tenants can make use of our asset to maybe in later stage when they need to do the A&A works and they need to do some maintenance works. They do not need to hire somebody to unleash the ceiling panel in yes, and they can actually see through the ceiling through the virtual environment first. So this can enhance the maintenance time and to make it efficient. And then we have actually gathered all our knowledge and experiences through different types of menus to all the subcontractors. In our project team, from design stage to construction stage and to handover stage, we actually have a number of contractors who some of them use Revit and some of them use non-Revit like Rhino, like Tekla, like Digital Project, and so on. And also there are also some of them who do not need to involve in BIM collaboration, but all of them need to provide the information of assets through the BIM or through some digital twin platform. We actually wrap up all the menus to them. So this is also some very preliminary guidance of the information delivery specification, like the hit topic now in OpenBeam. So this is the lessons learned of our collaboration. First of all, it's about standardization of the asset code. We actually get the merits from the existing coding standardization from EMSD. We make use of their experiences to find how their experience can fit with our experiences, and then can fit with our actual use in the commercial stage. And then we also need to align the coding method from the construction stage to the operation stage. And in our client side, we actually show our highest gratitude to our client because they have very, very high encouragement that all the stakeholders in collaboration meetings should make full use of BIM and to get immersed into open BIM collaborations. And they even use the bubbling method to calculate how many subcontractors have been involved into BIM collaboration by how many %. And the final lessons learned is
Tommy. Let me have a little bit elaboration of the previous slide.
Okay.
The last one. The bubble diagram. Yeah, this one. Actually, we start this project design stage in 2017. At that moment, we know almost nothing about OpenBeam or CDE. Probably at that moment, it's not a popular term. But we come across many challenges because no matter it's our architectural designer or structural engineer or other consultants, they use different 3D model or modern methods. So we hire a specific leading BIM consultant to coordinate all the design team members and also specific BIM consultants for E&M and curtain wall. That is the bubble diagram is illustrating one of the examples how we engage the design team. Of course, including the constructor later stage, to adopt the common data environment. At the same time, we have to ensure all the models from different consultants are also updated, and also making use of an online CDE platform to check all the drawings. That means everything go on digital instead of mark up those comments or hard copy. So that is that's why we put the logo, OpenBeam logo, design, procure, assembly, operate beside the bubble diagram, because that is something applicable throughout the building life cycle. Tommy, it's your turn.
Okay. Thank you, Edward. And the last but not least lessons learned is that after the whole collaboration process and the whole collaboration in the project team, we formulate a strategic mindset that the leading team should take the mastermind role on the digitization transformation, including OpenBeam, including data standardization, API, and so on. And then, given the blessing from the top management, we can really draft and lay out our planning of OpenBeam and how can it generate value so that we can have an appropriate budget, and then we can have a good roadmap with solid experiences to lead to our future success in different projects later on. Yes, thank you very much for your attention.
Well, thank you again to our speakers for the two excellent presentations. We will now move to the Q&A sessions for the previous two presentations. Could you please type your questions in the chat, or you can voice out in the Teams here. Well, while we are waiting for any voice out, I actually received a couple of questions. Let me share. Okay, see my screen, right? I think the question is for the first presentation. So question one, Kip Heng has shared a lot of fruitful and inspiring technologies. How does the two projects benefit from each other? And in fact, it's got part two. How does your knowledge transfer and even get advanced for other project use, not only stay on these two? Kip Heng, probably?
So, Edward, you want to say something first? Okay. If no, maybe I try to answer. This is Peter Wong for Kip Heng, General Manager. So thanks for the question, David. And I think first thing first, we are glad that we have Kip Heng have many iconic projects, and most of them are complex and challenging. Without this challenging project, I think we cannot gain so many experience and new technologies. I have to give a credit to the Henderson first, because I would say Henderson is the first award project, and we all at that moment we go to the competition and also have a chance go to calendar to join the event and learn a lot OpenBeam experience there. And once we maybe I try to answer both questions together.
So once we learn this OpenBeam experience and also the first award, we come back and share across our different project BIM managers and engineers. And for just some information about background about Yipeng, we have more than hundreds of BIM engineers to supporting more than almost like 20 projects is ongoing using BIM. We always have a periodical sharing lunch for session, and also during the Saturday we have organize some site research. So because of this, and since we have some project already awarded, we keep share our experience and knowledge across different projects. So I would say without the challenging project, we don't have today result. Yeah, I will answer your question.
Okay, great. Thank you. I think we receive another question here. Right. As a contractor, what was the biggest lesson learned from using OpenBeam in such a complex site? I think that's referred to Henderson project.
Yeah. I think both. First thing first, the Henderson is the most. I would say that our first challenging project, and next one. Dennis, are you still here? Maybe you can supplement if I say something. And next one, Henderson also. Yeah, also decided by Norman Foster. Also another challenging project. Both have some common challenge and also different lesson learned. For OpenBeam, I would say I always use a manufacturing concept. We are building a luxury Ferrari. So to make this nice design and build it nice perfectly. We need OpenBeam. Why? Because without OpenBeam, think about is a whole supply chain management. Without OpenBeam, we cannot early engage with a subcontractor. As different subcontractor, they're using different specialist platform. Say for example, for the steel fabricator, they have to use Tekla, and for the facade, especially like the Henderson such complicated design, we have to use CATIA. And if every stage we have to recreate the model and then we start the coordination start from scratch, I will say we will lose a lot of time. Because of OpenBeam, we are not just, I would say we make the thing simpler. We are just doing this interface management. And first thing first, we have to make a nice scale. I would say make a nice collaborative approach. Make sure everyone are holding their authority to modify their parts, and also Tommy also mentioned the data structure, which the IDS we need to get well prepared. Then everybody start concurrent design approach. So in such way we can concurrent design together in the construction and also the design period. It helps us to shorten our construction and like a design modification cycle, and at the end by using OpenBeam, everybody can export as a one common format, and then we can assemble our federated model. Not only for the client to sustain and using it, but also we archive the raw data so that later. So if we got any A&A works, we still can continue and everybody can use a IFC format to review the design first. And when they award that, they can saving their cost. When they award that, they can buy the professional license to continue modify the BIM model. So I think that approach helps us not only saving time but also saving cost, and also reduce the number of versions for during the design to construction and still life cycle. So that is you want to mention about the MIMEP and your latest innovation remote tower crane things. How you using OpenBeam to sustain the work? Yeah.
Yeah. So actually I saw a little bit related to the. Hello?
Sorry, can you mute your mic?
Sorry.
你太好，我提升整理的行为2倍。
Please let me mind. I say, all right. I think I started a bit with the Q1. I think, we actually collaborate between two projects between Lincoln A and the adjacent curriculum because we have structured dependencies and also it's as an interface design because it's not only the but also the issue the sequence. Alright. So let's continue. Because it's not just design but also the sequence. The one box uses the top method and another project is the funnel. So the very concisely or precisely tied to each other, so to maintain the overall structural stability of the area. So this OpenBeam approach actually allowed us to see each other's model to do all kinds of simulations and analysis and use PCF to collaborate the issues. So to solve all the issues early on, that's actually the critical part to for both projects. And for lesson learned and how we share the experience to other project or other parties, I think the project itself is already a case study to share our experience. That's where other projects that maybe make the same situation in the future to as a reference. So we also have the established protocols and exchange process. Those workflows can be shared to other projects for reference. And back to Billy just mentioned the MVP in I think MVP is a very efficient tool to for project development to build the repeatable building services in a very efficient or time efficient way. But I would say for this kind of scale of the project, because this is as I mentioned in the presentation, we only have 26 months for that. So without the OpenBeam approach, it's mission impossible. And as for the innovation items, you mentioned in the presentation about distant crane controlled command system. Actually, and also some robotics applications in our projects. I think that's also a trend or a must for the future development because as the project design become more complicated and the schedule is getting very tight, we have to think about innovative methods to improve our productivity and also for the sustainability of the people workforce as more and more workers getting older and the overall population tends to be less than before. So that would be my elaborated answer to this question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dennis. Well, I also got a couple more. I think question 3 is for Edward. All right, so can you provide information as to how well your tenants use the data from your BIM system and the integrated tenant experience it, analytics system, and your tenant and any feedback for that?
The information flow actually is two-way, is not one-way. Of course, just one of the slides presented by Tommy is showing if the tenant is going to move in, they're going to have a renovation work. We are going to provide the model, all the models for them. And then because they will have their own design and also their own contractors, first of all, they have to send all the drawings to us for approval. But after that, they also have to send the BIM as built model because we have to integrate the internal layout and also the system change. For example, if they change the layout of a typical office floor, they have to relocate some of those, for example, VAV boards, or assign the zoning, different zoning of the solar bright or lighting. So all those have to be updated in our digital twin. At the same time, one of my slides showing the system integration map, telling no matter it's dynamic operation data from BMS or IoT system, or static access data from the FM portals, all those data are going into the digital twin. For example, the energy data, or for example, if they precipitate our health and wellness program, all the data will be are collected from the digital twin and then go to the ITEAP system. And because that is a incentive scheme, so for individual users, they can get the real-time data from their mobile apps. So they use it day by day. Of course, the mobile app also applicable for access control, and also because that is an incentive program, so they got sufficient coupons or tokens. They can use the system to redeem the benefits, such as maybe a coffee or other gifts. For the tenants, I mean the tenant companies, what they are looking for is not a cup of coffee, but they are looking for is the data. So I just mentioned those energy analytic, waste audit, and also water analytic. All those data are fitting to our tenants in monthly basis. Of course, many of those international companies, they have their own reporting templates in their ESG reporting. So we are not going to provide the exact template for them because they have their own reporting system. But we are providing those package data that's suit for their internal use, no matter it's a ESG reporting, energy reporting, or other health and well-being program. So I can simply say the feedback is good because they has been using it day by day or month by month. And also we keep collecting their feedback. So the system, because there is a mobile app and also system platform, so it keep having optimization from time to time. So everything is so positive up to this moment.
Oh, that's good to hear that. Very, very impressive. Oh, I guess we got the last question here. Without a clear cost calculation by the QS for costing, any idea in general in the cost saving and or increase of productivity by using OpenBeam? I believe that's more related to heating in terms of productivities.
Maybe I say a few words first before going to heating. We adopt OpenBeam because that is an essential tool for us. It's not something for cost saving because I just mentioned because of the building form, because we have the aspirations to integrate all digital systems together. So we have to go through the digitization process for the whole building, no matter it's from the exterior to the internal systems. So I can say OpenBeam is the way out for our digitization journey. So but of course, we believe we have OpenBeam. We make things buildable, and also productivity should be enhanced because we start the OpenBeam journey from the beginning of this project. So of course they have a learning time at the beginning, but once they pick up all the process, everything will be smooth. So that's why we keep sharing this project and also OpenBeam in different platforms. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Edward. Any comment?
Yes, maybe I add on more. Yes, as what Edward has said, maybe OpenBeam is the core of our construction design and collaboration in the Henderson, and maybe the save in productivity or in QS is just like a byproduct. But actually, we share the benefits from OpenBeam. As what I've said, maybe let me show two cases here. The first case is the inter-subcontractors collaboration. Like what I've said, the facade embed versus the steel structure installations. Actually, without beam pre-visualization or the collaboration in advance, we most likely the facade contractors need to weld the embed plates one by one after the steel structure is installed. This will take about 1 or 2 days per floor, which shall take maybe a month more for the whole building. And we actually have saved such a bit of time. And then after I also mentioned the proximity to the MTR tunnels and our way out to find the solution. Actually, it does not only work on the real productivity itself. It also is a very good preventive measure by using the OpenBeam, because as we all know, once the settlement of the underground shifts from our target, maybe it will lead to the temporary stop of construction, which shall take us about 1 million a day. Therefore, we take the very early approach to do all the analysis through OpenBeam, through all the parties' collaboration, through simulation and visualization in advance, which is also a very good approach and the very good value of using OpenBeam to plan advance and to make yourself comfortable when the situation actually happens, because you already have a very good planning.
And I would like to echo what Edward mentioned. Since this project is a very challenging problem design, and I would like to use a real case example. So as a main contractor, concreting and the main structure is our critical path. So in such design, at the very beginning, we already realized the high risk area, and we try to de-risk our risky area. Say for example, the interfacing between the slab edge with the 3-dimensional facade glass wall, curtain wall. And during the construction phase, we realized we have to standardize the slab edge and also the slab curve. If we let the site formwork maker to build this on site, if there are any dimensional mismatch, we have to redo again and again, and many remedy works. So at that moment, before we redo ahead of schedule, we did analyze the geometrical config, and we try to standardize and do the prefabrication, right?
Yes.
And again, I have mentioned it before, we are doing concurrent engineering and design. Even this is a design build job. We still counter propose a better way to our client Henderson to make our things better and less risky and more efficient way. So we found out a way to standardize our slab curve and the bracket position. And finally, thankfully, because of this, and by using OpenBeam, we collaborate with the prefab factory. We are using different software. They are using, let's say, for example, they're using SolidWorks, like Curtain Wall using CATIA, and we are using Revit. And then the steel fabricator using Tekla. We seamlessly collaborate together in a periodical meeting. In such way, I remember we have some study before, because we are using concurrent design and de-risk our on-site potential formwork mismatch with the curtain wall risk. I would say we are not saving the cost, but we are saving the time. We are saving almost like a 30% of time. Imagine if this is a waterfall approach. We did the architecture design. We manually standardized the slab edge, and then we pass this information to the steel fabricator, to the formwork fabricator, to the precast fabricator. Then they have to analyze our data one by one and step by step.
by using OpenBeam, we will find out the key risky interfacing area, and then we spread our requirement to different parties to work together, and then we come back to find out a solution. In such way, I have to confidently say that we're saving 30% of time during this analysis and coordination process.
And also secure client's GFA.
Yeah, make sure our client happy.
30% is a great deal. All right. Okay. Thank you for everyone for the thoughtful questions and discussion. Well, to conclude tonight's session, I'm supposed to do a short conclusion here, but I know it's getting late, so I go to be very, very quick. Right. Now, first, OpenBeam is no longer an industry-driven initiative. In Hong Kong, OpenBeam is now promoted at the policy level, including by the Development Bureau. This is an important message to the market. So the direction is clear. Our industry is moving towards more open, interoperable, and accountable digital delivery. Right. Second, we also see a strong signal from the Buildings Department, where there is an increased preference of open approach in GBP submission, as you can see from here. As a presentation by the BD, so OpenBeam is promoted, and very soon, so you can see that in the GBP submission, the industry need to submit the OpenBeam for approval. Thirdly, today's award-winning case shared enforce a very critical point: sustainability. It requires collaboration and reliable information. So when we're talking about carbon, energy, material, MEP coordination, things like that, so that enables the ESG goals to be implemented, not only reported. Now, fourthly, Hong Kong has already built a very strong talent base. We do have a OpenBeam Foundation training and qualification pathway before. Now we have more than 600 people in Hong Kong has attained this qualification. This is significant because it means our industry is building a shared language and a shared baseline capability, both essential and consistent delivery. Now you can see in these slides, these are the stakeholders taking the professional certification foundation program, both online, both on the face-to-face and taking examination throughout monitored condition. Now, more than 600 people, as Ada has just reported. Now, what a big news now. Foundation is only a starting point. So the next step is to move from learning to practice. So that's why Hong Kong BEMA is organizing a practitioner level OpenBeam course, focusing on real project applications, collaboration strategy, information requirements, multidisciplinary coordination, and deliverable that remains valuable to operation. This actually echoes the international direction. So this program, practitioner level, has already been released worldwide, including China, for example. So at the moment, Building Smart Hong Kong chapter, Hong Kong China chapter is now preparing this practitioner program. As you can see in here, and all the content is being drafted up, and the course content are nearly available. My final words is it's still ongoing at the moment, but very soon this program will be released, and we can participate, and just stay tuned for further details. All right. So thank you again for our speakers and to all participants for joining tonight's webinar. We appreciate your support of HKAB Hong Kong BEMA and the OpenBeam community. So have a good evening and goodbye. Thank you very much.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.